Brendan Sorsby is being investigated by the Ohio Gaming Casino Control and the Indiana Gaming Commission as he is 2 weeks into his stint at rehab in Texas following disclosure that he has a gambling addiction. Let's talk about what this might mean for Brendan Sorsby and what this means for Texas Tech. What's up, kid folk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year round. If you're into that, hit that subscribe button, like this video, answer the question in the comments below. Who do you think is going to be the starting quarterback at Texas Tech come week one, following more news around Brendan Sorsby, who is being investigated by the Ohio Casino Control and the Indiana Gaming Commission after he revealed he has placed more than 10,000 bets since 2022 on his own team, Indiana, where he was, and even balls and strikes while starting quarterback at the University of Cincinnati. For me, the starter here is that Cincinnati might have known about this and done nothing, while also suing Brendan Sorsby for breaking his contract, name, image, and likeness contract, revenue shared contract, and going to Texas Tech for $1 million. He is reportedly being paid $5 million to be the starting quarterback at Texas Tech. Everybody believed that was money that was well spent, right? And because it is money that is well spent, we were all looking around going, okay, Texas Tech feels like they could do something like what Indiana could do, which is say make the college football playoff and the next year maybe win the national championship, given the roster they put together, given how good Joey McGuire's been as a head coach. But now we don't even know that Brendan Sorsby is going to start. And if he doesn't, today, Texas Tech would be looking at starting QB3. Not Mitch Griffiths, who is transferred to East Carolina, but Lloyd Jones, among others, right? Michael Harrison Pilot is also playing safety over there. And if you know, you know. Look, Will Hammond blowing out his ACL means he's going to miss the start of the college football season. And because he's going to miss the start of the college football season, we are looking at a Texas Tech that will not be firing on all 8 cylinders. We're looking at a Texas Tech that quite literally is going to be down to its number 3 quarterback. All while will the Ohio Casino Control or the Indiana Gaming Commission find reason to charge Brendan Sorsby with anything, as he not only had multiple accounts, but he had accounts under assumed names. Don't really know the reason for why he would need those accounts under assumed names or what he would hope to gain from this, but it comes back to how deeply involved gambling is already in sports, and we know how deeply involved they are in college football, because just the appearance of impropriety is enough, right? Especially for a player. Players are being bombarded with asks and reasons to be, shall we say, unfaithful to the game, for a little bit of money here and a little bit of money there. Where I thought this story was going to go, and it didn't, was just being deep in with the mob and needing to pay off a lot of money in a very short amount of time, and using his ability on the football field to do so, which is every gambler's worst nightmare, right? It doesn't seem to be that, but I think that's one of the other reasons why you're seeing gaming commissions get so heavily involved in taking a look around. Not necessarily that they want to bring charges, they might, but just where else does this go? Because if you can get to Brendan Sorsby at Cincinnati or Indiana, you can get to anybody else in Indiana or Cincinnati. The timing of this is also kind of interesting and wild, because I also remind people that Sorsby was a starting quarterback in Indiana for a little while. As a matter of fact, the last Big Ten team that Purdue beat was 2023 Indiana, which is a wild thought. I always tell people, college football, if you're bad for 2 years, we think you've been bad for 5. If you're good for 2 years, we think you've been good for 5, right? The memory works elastically that way. Now, what else could you see from Brendan Sorsby if, for whatever reason, the NCAA finds out something it doesn't want to know and doesn't want to allow Brendan Sorsby to play college football for it? Well, looking at the supplemental draft, right? And many people believe that he'd be a high pick in the supplemental draft, even be compensated. But being in the supplemental draft is already a scarlet letter. And teams will want to know, the NFL will want to know why you're trying to enter the draft at this juncture. And they'll know. And there's all sorts of other hurdles to overcome and challenges to come through if you are trying to play in the NFL this year and you're Brendan Sorsby and you missed the NFL draft. But he might not have a choice. This is his last year of eligibility. If the NCAA wins its fight, he's going to lose at least 50% of his eligibility for this season, which would make him only eligible for, after game number 6. So 7 on, he could play at Texas Tech, and we see what that is. That might be enough. He's retained Jeffrey Kessler, who's one of the best antitrust lawyers in history. He won House first NCAA, won the settlement, won. He was also the lead attorney for 2311 versus NASCAR, won a settlement there too. He's very good at this. The NCAA sees him coming and goes, damn. That's what Brendan Sorsby has going for him. So he might actually find a way to be eligible for week 1. But right now, as you're getting more and more people digging into this situation, digging into what's going on with him, I think we'll only come back to knowing more about this after everybody doesn't care anymore, right? Like, we'll know a lot about Brendan Sorsby and gambling come September, come November. But at that point, we're going to be playing college football, and we're going to be looking at teams that can play for the national championship. And if Texas Tech is one of them, they will be revealed. What I'm really interested in, like you saw that Fox revealed its Friday night slate today, Texas Tech and Houston are playing each other September 18th. The question I have for you right now is, who's going to be the starting quarterback for that game? Will it be Will Hammond? Will it be Brendan Sorsby, or will it be someone that ain't even on the board? Because unlike years past, you can't just go into the transfer portal in the spring window and go get somebody. For me, Joey McGuire's just got to sit there and twiddle his thumbs, and that sucks, especially as you thought you had everything you needed to run it back. Now, wait and see.